Sanibonani molweni kuzo zonke nje indawo enibukeleni kuzo. Namhlanje Ebuhlanti siphaya eSoweto, esigcine kudala eSoweto, yazi sihamba everywhere, Cape Town, KZN, siyoma ngeLimpopo province, sakhohlwa ukuthi konje singaba la eSoweto. SiseSoweto kanamhlanje, umkhulu umsebenzi owenziwa lana namhlanje. Prior mangifuna ube ngizenze ngathi ngumprofeti, angisumprofeti mina. Kwenzekani la?
Angithanda ukuthi
ngibona kugcwele amajita.
Angithanda ukuthi nje awuzi la eSoweto nje ikaslam le. But anyway, on a quick one today, sine commission okanye ngathi sine program ye-men's conference ya lapha eGauteng, where we're tackling issues of gender-based violence and femicide. But in the same breath, as the deputy president, okanye second deputy president of the National Men's Forum South Africa, siyayilontsha and sizothetha ngemisebenzi sawuyenza for communities zalapha eSouth Africa and all the different provinces, okanye the 9 provinces of this country.
How is the response? Because amajita are very sorry ma out nyanizamela ngizama ukuthi amajita stubborn all the time address or empty chairs. How is the response?
No. Today, Soweto is very quick when it comes to response. They responded. We had a full house, and as we speak, we are busy getting commissions. You know, we'll have another report that will come after this session. So we're geared up, and we've got more people who are interested, who are engaging, who want to be part of these programs. And what's beautiful is they also come from different sectors and different men forums and different organizations that deal with men issues and men crises. So busy up. Powerful.
Yeah. But Ngumalo, I saw you visiting various commissions. What are the issues that are coming out of those commissions?
What is coming out from the various commissions is very interesting, pertinent issues that are affecting men. One of the matters that stood out to Commission Gender-Based Violence is the issue of redefining the picture of gender-based violence. Amadoda akhala ngokuthi uma kukhulunywa nge-gender-based violence kukhulunywa about women and children, kukhohlwakala ukuthi there are also men who are being abused, and the general picture of GBV is the child and the woman being only the victims or survivors, then men only being perpetrators. And namhlanje isiseSoweto sihlangene sama men's forum, we are now redefining that picture to also include men who are survivors and victims of gender-based violence.
Mina babukele emakhaya azange umfazi wamangishaya, so angina experience, but kunamajita athi eya ema-police station aya rejectwa, bayahlekwa ukuthi hayi hamba noyinegotiator lento ekhaya, ama-out abayijoke. Ingabi sekhona lento or siyayiphusha nje manje ngokwe-experience yakho?
Unfortunately, there are instances namanje enzakalayo. They might not be as rife as before, because we understand ukuthi mhlambe sekhona ne-capacity building eyenzekayo within the police force or the criminal justice system, but we still have the issue yokuthi there is gaps within having safe spaces for men to report, where men can easily or can freely unpack or report what is happening within their environment or their family or their relationship.
Baba masize kuwe, ngiyaqala ubona iphoyisa elihle. Amajita ayasho ukuthi yes, manje kunama victim empowerment centers ema-police station, but bakhona bathi hey thina mase ema-police station siyahlekwa. Ingaba mhlambe manje unga-update uba uthini i-update yakho lapha kubabukela emakhaya regarding that, singakwazi ukuze ema-police station manje angeke sihlekwe but ubingelela abantu?
Okay, ngiyabonga ngibingelela wonke umuntu. To be honest, when you look at it now, there's this perception yokuthi when you deal with issues of gender-based violence, you are only concentrating on men abusing women and children. But indeed, when we talk about gender, we're talking about everybody. It could be women abusing men, and we have women that are abusing kids. You see, so we are saying when it comes to the law, The law is clear. The law protects everyone. And I would say men are afraid to come forward. It's only because of the myth that when they come to the police station, they will be laughed at.
Is it a myth?
Yeah, it's a myth in a way to say there might be instances that are happening that have happened in the past, whereby police used to think that when you come and report, they will tell you, what kind of a man are you? Who's a reporter? But me as a police officer, I've experienced cases whereby I was able to effect an arrest, domestic violence, whereby ngibona indoda bayishise ngeayini la bayithele ngamafutha women bayatrapa la ngaphandle. And you know, we obviously you as a man, you have a right to come and open a case. You have a right to come and open a case, and we definitely treat the cases the same. If you are a man, you come and open a case, we're supposed to open a case and arrest whoever the perpetrator, whether it's the woman or your son or whoever who did that. And furthermore, we are saying, you know, when there's this thing when you say it's a domestic violence, men when they phone and report, police used to have this mentality because you expect men to be perpetrators. When men calls and you go and attend the complaint, when you get there, according to the Domestic Violence Act, you're supposed to protect the rights of the complainant. So whoever called is the complainant. So if a man called, you ensure that you treat it the same way. So you find other police officers would not follow the right procedure and concentrate on the wife, which is the respondent. Now they make a mistake of concentrating on the wrong person and end up arresting the complainant, of which is not the wrong way. It's the wrong way of doing it, and we've had lawsuits when it comes to that as the police.
Babukele emakhaya.
Yes.
Nizwile ukuthi amaphoyisa manje advanced. Majita ningafi emakhaya ukhona usizo. Hambani kulamajita niyabona mos ukuthi le out nayo izokwazi ukuattenda lapha e-church office. Stay tuned. Ayike babukele emakhaya sibuyile sisesebhlanti igama lami ke ndingumbulelo Jasi. I-conversation yethu iyashisa lana kunezinto besizikhuluma offline but ngiyaziletha la ukhuluma into lana uthi uma ngabe umjita reporter awusho wena utshela ababukeli ubuthini offline.
Indaba yamadoda ebuhlungu because uma ngifona ngindoda ngireporter kuthiwa amavena wekho ufone kwesithuku kuthiwa iveni isasengekho. Uma ma-reporter kuphuma amaveni ayi-4 aphethe ama-R5 ayi-12 bazolanda indoda ayi-1. So sithi siyamadoda siyathemba ukuthi njengoba sihleli sihlangene siyi-forum efaka phakathi ne-law enforcement, lezo zinto lezo sifisa ukuthi siphume lana zicazulelekile sonke sibe equal phambi kwamehlo omthetho.
Leadership mangibiyele kuwe again, ngaba mhlambe njenge-SAPS ama-programs ne-response iba khona positive kwi-community amajita at least ayeza ngaphambili?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mhlekazi. To be honest, amajita, they come forward. We've got forums which are called men as safety promoters that we work with in the communities. We've got youth crime prevention desk whereby we've got young people, young men that are in those organizations. So they are working together with the police in order to assist, educate amadoda ngaphandle to say let's take care of our kids, let's take care of our women, and to change that perception narrative to say indoda ifela ngaphakathi. We are empowering men to say we know if umfazi uyakushaya endlini phela abafazi abafana ngithi abanye bathafu bashaya. So at the end of it, if yakushaya, we encourage men to come out and report. You see, coming to issue ukuthi ngizwile bathi siza ngama R5 siza siba ngama-van. I guess that is the perception ekhona, but you must be honest, because if you check manje the sketch say GPV cases are severe manje, we have a lot of homicide cases. So obviously as the police we treat cases with gender-based violence seriously, because the challenge that we have as the police is that we are not able to police domestic violence, because these are the crimes that happen behind closed doors. So now we only try to educate community through our programs as well inside, whereby we have our Women's Month as the police. We go out since our awareness campaigns. So what we do is, obviously, if there's a case that has been reported, but gender-based violence, it takes priority. We know good when uvule case bakphulele endlini ufone eqala because by the house breaking baphulele endlini yakho, but that is not a priority. So obviously mabathi hey na indoda iphethe isibhamu na so we come rushing because obviously we'll arrive late.
Sizobuya awuthanga. Sizobuya ngifuna size la ku Debs. Nina as act now ngiyazi ukuthi uyi second deputy president and you are the main man here like a keynote, but as the act now amanye ama programs eniwenzayo enicabanga ukuthi amajita ngabenefit.
Yo, maningi man, Prof. But I think one of the important things was to understand ukuthi it's important ukuthi we involve amajita. As you said, ukuthi in most cases they don't show up, and then what is the point of educating people about GBV? Because at the end of the day, it goes back. It's a catch-22 situation. You know, amajita will report ama cases, whereas the women are reporting cases. So then you find that there's more cases our mama comparative to lawa majita. It then makes an imbalance of some sort. But the truth of the matter is both cases are somehow equal in a way. But if the gents can start going reporting now, humble your reporter, but we try and get them and engage them as much as possible. And in terms of programs, I can start counting manning on programs that we set up from dialogues. The response is positive. Man, look, most of the guys, there are guys from our communities. One, they dislike the abuse against women. They dislike being called trash. I mean, no man wants to be called trash. You want to be a man that is a community leader that contributes to your community. So they come to the programs, they support the programs. But it's just that the idea that government is using it as a punitive measure is what distracted them. We just need to bring them back and re-invite them to say, gents, sifasonke, because it could be your sister tomorrow, it could be your mom, could be your aunt, could be someone, could be even your daughter, you know?
Abukele makhaya nazi le out le ikhona Debs. Thina simlethe ngendlela yethu e-studio. Babunqomalo lento niyenzayo la yalama men's forums conferences iyasebenza kodwa singadlali ngesikhathi sabantu. Abantu are fed up i-GBV, abantu bakhathele ilento bafuna ama answers. Iyasebenza lento. Yes noma cha.
Ama-men's forum ayasebenza and asebenza ngendlela emangalisayo. But there's still room for improvement. And that calls for intense community participation, but it also calls for political will, because there is no support for men's programs as much as there's support for other programs. One of the speakers said something very profound inside that in the event of mitigating an injustice, let us not balance the scales. Let us balance the scales to make sure that there is equal focus to all challenges, male or female, child or adult, so that kungazoba nalama built-in angers. Okunye sokucela amajita sizokucela sokuhambisana na through political parties ngeparliament.
Fortunately umayor wase-seat of Joburg is coming here.
Sifuna kube ne-issue ye-charge ye-stealing under false pretense, ngoba kunye ukukwatisa amajita ukhipha imali ukuthi umama eze umama adla imali angeze. That is stealing under false pretense. Amajita ayakwata kaloko. Ngiyabonga.
Bomama mawunikwe imali yokugibela iza phela eyokujika sizayibona ukuthi ivelaphi make sabe seyitolo. Stay tuned. Ake sibukile babukile emakhaya nizwile ke ngale ndaba. Please mama mawunikwe imali yokugibela phela fika ngoba lezi zinto ziyakhulumisa kusasa. Make sihambe siye lapha ngaphakathi ke sizwe ukuthi u-second deputy president we-National Men's Forum of South Africa ebethini yena, and then sibuye ke.
South Africans, that the wiser the man is, the more knowledge and intellect the man has to educate the ones following behind or trailing behind. So the importance of the older men that are sitting here is the key or the tool for us to actually echo the messaging or continue with the messaging because the younger ones don't have time. If you sit or stand with the younger ones and be like, I need to school you, Grootman, hang on. Let me one corner, I'll be back just now. But if it's an older man, he's got time, he's got the energy, he's got leisure to even listen to what you're saying. And I also want to emphasize on our vision. We seek to establish and unite South African men's forums towards developing men and boys. I've read that the mission is to empower men and boys to form a peaceful and non-racial, prosperous South Africa. As you can see, we've got 3 white folk. But here's what's important. I don't want us to focus on the color. I want us to focus on the fact that we've got men that wish to stand up against the ills of this nation. And us coming together is what we're trying to do. I will keep on reverting back to Dr. Khanaka because I was taken aback by him. What is important for us is to pull every man that you come across, whether they are Indian, whether they are colored, whether they are Afrikaner, whether they are black, it doesn't matter. What is important is drag that man, drag that street champion and ask them, what are you doing for your community? What are you doing for the boys growing up in your communities? That is very important for us. And our objectives, we wish to unite all men in South Africa, especially the forums. We wish to coordinate all men's forums and work in South Africa. So we spoke about silos. Let's avoid working in silos and collaborate. It's very important for us to come together. You can't use this finger on its own. You can't hold a plate with this finger. But with the 5 fingers, you can hold anything. You can grab anything. You can even fold up a fist. You can even break a window with the fist. But with a finger, you can never do that. We wish to advance men's rights. We wish to defend and mentor men and boys to fight GBV and societal ills. Most of us know that, or we believe that GBV is a tool, or GBVF is a tool used against us. We think ukuthi hayi man, labo mama laba have found a new way to go against men. You know, you sit with men in taverns, you sit with men in shibins, at taxi ranks, and there's one topic. They blame Begitele, they blame government. They don't even know ukuthi most of the programs come from the Department of Women and Department of Social Development. But because it's a crisis in the country, just like what Dr. Khanaka said, it's Begitele this, Begitele that. We went into KZN, and when we spoke to groups and groups of men, all they wanted to see was Begitele stand next to them and explain to them why he started GBV. It's not the case. We've got a lot of challenges that are affecting our younger people. Currently, there's a situation of taxi drivers sleeping with young girls. And you find that the very same parents that these young children come from are sent by their parents, bahambe bayo panda, in terms of bringing some food into the house. And I was watching I think it's a docu-series that some young boy has decided to embark on to really get the truth or unearth or unpack what's really happening within the taxi community and taxi industries. And it's also important that going forward, we also bring the structures and bodies of taxi associations, AMA hostels, everyone. It shouldn't be only men in forums or men in organizations or men that support programs that are against societal ills. You know, even the churches, I don't want to get into churches, but we need to really, really dig deep and find the root cause of the challenges that we were faced with.
Okay, nimzwile kuTebza. Bhuti wami ilizwi lokugcina mhlambe onalo emajiteni asekhona amajita alalelayo and bafuna ukushintsha impilo zabo.
Thina esamaphoyisa we are saying men must come forward. We are also ensuring that we treat everybody the same. It doesn't matter whether you are a man or you are a female. We've attended so many cases whereby siseva ama protection order for Abu Baba, siseva ama maintenance order for Abu Baba, and which is very encouraging because that one we never had it before. Yeah. Men thought they don't have a right to parent their kids. Okay. So we've went to serve ama protection order. We went to serve ama maintenance orders, yeah. Because you'd have Abu Mama umama uyasebenza ngithi, and after the separation or the conflict, you as the father, you are parenting alone, and you find ukuthi umama usekahambile anginakekela abantwana. The father is unama rights ukuthi can go and claim maintenance for abantwana bakhe. So thina esamaphoyisa we treat everybody the same. We empower them.
Nizwile Majensi elokugcina.
No, for me, it's also to support statements, Sergeant. I'm urging all fathers to be present in the lives of their children. Stop making babies and leaving them behind, because they are growing up or mushrooming up as children with no guidance, and hence why we find we've got criminals, we've got young boys that are committing crime or GBV, etc., etc. So fathers, look for your children, look for your sons, look for your daughters, be present in their lives. It's very important.
Babungoma mazokugcina. By the way, into ebengifuna ukubuzana ngoba enye into ekhalazela ngabantu kungabikho kwemali. Nispende imali ngalento le. Abanye abantu bazizele.
No, kusebenza ama resources to have the conference to happen ibe ilezinga elikuyo, and siyethemba ukuthi sizokhona nokuthola assistance to other potential stakeholders and funders going forward, because the intervention that we're trying to bring as Men's Forum is very essential. But linking to what the second Deputy President has said, in our organization we believe that manhood is caught, not taught. So men should be available to be positive role models to the current generation, so that as time goes by, the issue esinayo yabo gender-based violence can fade away, because the generation that is growing will be catching the essence of true manhood from ema role models akhona duzane now.
Hayike babukile emakhaya nizizwele sizamile kangangoko ukukulethela i-information. Lama men's conference azoba khona everywhere in the country. Asikhulumi ngale men's conference le eba khona before Valentine's Day. Le amajita abaleka ukuthenga ama-present. Le men's conference i-real. We're coming to your provinces everywhere in the country. Igama lami ke ndingumbolo Jasi, enkosi kakhulu. Mangithi nje lapha emakhaya ncinzilili.